Nigerians can now heave a sigh of relief as naira notes, which had become scarce for months now, are gradually coming back into circulation. The cash crunch, which caused unprecedented hardship for many Nigerians, was as a result of the naira redesign policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria, which invalidated the legality of the old 500 and 1,000 naira notes, respectively. Our correspondent Folashade Ogurinde has more details in this report.
The naira may slowly be finding its way back to the hands of Nigerians. But the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, is not ready to back down on its request from the federal government. Last week, the Labour organization threatened to picket all CBN offices nationwide owing to the continuous cash crunch that had caused untold hardship for many Nigerians. To avert a possible crisis, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, and the CBN Governor, Godwin Emefiele, had met with the NLC leaders to resolve their differences and avert the impending nationwide strike.
We had to forward the letter to the CBN Governor and told him in our own letter that he should act promptly because they gave a deadline. The deadline expired last Friday, and we acted before that Friday. And we asked the CBN to also act before that Friday. So we did that before I left for Geneva. Call up the National Executive Council meeting because the initial decision to give that ultimatum was given by this same council. Members of this council reside in the states and in the local government, so that they will come up today to review the situation. But as much as it is, the important thing that we have emphasized to them that we have apprehended this dispute.
Despite this assurance, the Nigeria Labour Congress says it will only give the federal government a window of 2 weeks to fully reverse the situation.
Because they have rushed to move money to commercial banks. And some of those commercial banks are getting empty again. Queues are returning in some of them. So it will be very naive for the Congress to hurriedly call up the action. We want to loosen up for another 2 weeks with committees set up at the national level and in all the states of the Federation to coordinate the level of compliance.
For experts, the implementation of the naira redesign policy, rather than the initiative itself, is the root cause of the long queues at ATMs and the unprecedented difficulties that ensued.
The language and approach by the central bank has shown that some of its policies, that have been reeled out in the past 6 months were clearly because of the elections. And I do not see reasons why Nigerians, everyday Nigerians, SME, should be at the mercy of a very dysfunctional system as that, in context to driving policies for electoral bias than enabling for citizen development and prosperity.
After months of a drawn-out standoff between the CBN and state governors, the Supreme Court on the 3rd of March extended the validity of the old naira notes to December 2023. The Apex Court also faulted the naira redesign policy by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, declaring the naira note swap implementation invalid and an affront to the 1999 Constitution. Folashade Ogurinde, TV 360 News.